Yeah. Uh, to EU.
EU.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Das ist schon mal so, es gibt von 18
Oxeniacie من ديسمبر
هم كيعرفوا
ولا دابا هانتينا كورة عندي لا لاصق أكثر ديالكم
Kev, can you mute Sunny, please?
دابا نهار كله كنبقى ندير تبركتي فيا بحال
Thank you.
I was watching the last webinar you did.
Yeah.
I liked it, man. It's good.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot of members join last time. I'd like to begin with drawing zones because a lot of people joined them. Okay, we can do that. Before we start, we'll draw some zones. Sunny, it's not a problem. Last time we traded, we only got through 1 week of trading, but we really took our time. So we're going to try and do that again. We're just really going to try and understand the market, and try and take some conclusive trades based upon that market structure. We're not going to rush into them. What do you want to trade? 2018? Hamid, what's going on?
Rocks, I'm fine. I'm fine, brother.
How are you doing? Okay, yeah? Good.
Yeah.
What year do you want to trade? 2018?
The latest, the better, I think.
Shall we go back as far as March, maybe?
Yeah.
Jakarta.
Guys, just a quick request or a humble one. Please keep all your mics on mute If you want to speak anything, just unmute yourself and then put it back on mute. Please mute yourself, all of you guys, please. Thank you.
Akshay, was I unmute Zerut?
Shit, we're not 2 months there. Okay. 1 hour. 4 hours. 5, 16, 7 hours. Oh. Can you see my screen, guys?
Yeah,
Yes.
Can you see the simulator?
Yes.
Yeah, we
Can you
can
see it now?
Yes, yes.
Yep.
Sonny, are you here? Sonny, unmute yourself if you can. Sonny? There's a lot of mics open as well. Can you unmute yourself, Sonny, or you don't want to? Do you want to unmute yourself for a second so we can do the zones?
Guys, if you're muted, you can just hold spacebar and it unmutes you while you've got it held down.
Right, okay. Well, the thing is, I can show you how to do zones, but it's not really going to do much for you unless you're going to get involved, bro. So, that's how you learn. So, at all, we're not doing EU, we're not doing EJ, we're not doing GJ, we'll do G. Okay. Can you see my screen? Can you see Trading View, guys?
Yes, we can see it.
You see Trading View, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Just bear with me 1 second. Let me just do this for 5 minutes. Sonny, I've given you the controller. Draw your zone for me a second on this now, quickly. Just draw your zone for me, and I'll talk you through it. You've got the control of my screen. If you don't know how to use TradingView, I'm just going to move on. I bet Sonny's on her phone, innit? Okay, Sonny, I'm just going to start the sim session and I'll talk you through it on the sim session. Okay, fine, no problem. So let me go to share. Okay, fine, no problem. So Sonny, for Sonny and for everybody else, I don't understand. Come on, Rob. What's going on, Atanas? Okay, fine. So we take our major highs, we'll take our major lows, and then we'll fill in the blanks. What I look for is highs in the market, just to show us where the market has come to, like here, and then rejected majorly. And then that's where I draw my zones. Here's not a zone to me. Simply because I want to see something that's more defined, like this here. Because if the market decides to break the structure here, and then there's a full breakout and continue to the upside, then I know in my head I should have waited for it to at least come down here. If on the 4 hour, the 1 hour charts, that this zone here becomes more defined as a zone, then I would take it. But where price is at the moment, I'm chatting hell of a shit right now. Hold on, let's get to the right day. Let's get to Monday, 8 o'clock. Okay, cool. So now we will take this low here. Can you see this low here? I'm not worried about this one right now because this is where current price is at. And what I'll be looking for is a break at the zone if we continue to the downside. And when I draw my zone, because I'm going to be taking the wick anyway, I'll be covering the whole of that zone here, so it doesn't matter. So I don't need to start doing things like this. I don't need to start doing things like this. It makes no sense. Two zones too close to each other, okay? So I'll take the low here, current price, the low here. We have one more low here. And as you can see, it's just there in your eyes, right? We have a high, we have another low, we have a high, a low, we have a high, we have this low, this high, this low. Etienne, have we traded this before? Is this double top we was looking at last time? It looks it. Doesn't matter anyway, okay. So, all right, fine. So let's clone them. Let's go to the 4 hour and we'll check our zones. Now, once I drop down to the 4 hour, I'll take my zones off of the 1 hour. If I see that there's a high and it needs to be slightly adjusted, I'll just adjust it. I'm really not interested about this price action here. Because again, if I draw a zone here, what's the point? When once I take this wick into account, we're going to cover this with a zone anyway. So if you do break this here, this high here, and this high here, you're going to be breaking this high anyway, okay? So we'll just take more conclusive areas and trade something that's going to give us a higher probability of winning the trade. Here, we'll just adjust this slightly, just below. Who's typing? Somebody's typing, right? Hamid or okay, doesn't matter. All right. So what we need to look at, just quickly, guys, is if we continue to break to the upside, we don't have any targets here to the left. So let's just go back to the daily and find some. Oh shit! We have no history. Doesn't matter. Fine. Drop to the 4 hour. Draw our zones here. Guys, when I take my zones, Okay, then. When I take my zones, I want to take the highest wick or thereabouts and just draw it above the zone here. And we keep losing it. On the market where price maybe the only reason if the price that we could have broken for me, I want to take more aggressive the way momentum and the uptrend, okay? Or sorry, a potential reversal. So we do have that zone there. The only time I'm going to use this zone is noticing that the trend, the momentum of the market is down. Right now, the momentum is down. If we have a pullback to this zone, I'm going to use it as resistance. I'm going to follow momentum, look for a sell indication, and then sell it back down to the zone if I can. For a sell, I'm only going to trade below this zone here because it's a major zone for me. And for me, this area here doesn't warrant a sell, simply because just too much history in the past and in the future has violated the zone. Again, you can take the zone because it's a low here, but this is again more of an aggressive move. Confirm that momentum is going to continue pushing down, and strong momentum, wait for a low to be broken, and once it's been broken, then wait for a retest, or once it breaks, take your sell. And then what you will do is if it breaks this zone, you'll use market structure to place your stop loss above. But we'll get to that. So this doesn't warrant. For me, I'm happy to sit 2-3 days without a trade, even if it does start breaking zones like this, or even if it starts breaking zones like this. I will wait patiently for the market to break out and continue to push up to show momentum and then break previous highs or previous lows. I'm just drawing this here roughly at the moment, even though I haven't taken into consideration any wicks yet. If I get to that zone, then I'll go back and look at it properly, just to make sure we have a proper breakout. But for now, this is just for us to see. Mr. Zone. So guys, did everybody understand that? And do you have any questions on that at the moment?
Yeah, seems quite clear.
Yes. Sonny, you get that? Parham doesn't have a voice. Okay, that's fine. So let's just go. So okay, no problem. So guys, what we'll do, we'll jump to our higher time frames. We'll check the news. And we have news in 7 hours. So that's completely fine. We can wait. No problem. Okay, so we'll just let the market run. Oh, excuse me. Beg your pardon. So, all right. So observation now for the market. trend is up. We can see we come to this high here, market pull back. This zone here, because you have to remind me, I can't always remember this uptrend. So let me just check now. Hold on, give me. Oh yeah, that's it. Okay, fine. So the market's pushed up here. We can see it's just clearly visible to our eyes that we have an uptrend. We've made our high low here, and then we attempted to do what? Can you see? If we're in an uptrend, we make a higher low. We then try to attempt to do what?
Attempt to make a higher high.
A higher high. Can you see if the market's made that higher high yet? Don't look at it too much. Just look at it. Have we made it?
No.
No, we haven't. So what that could mean for us is that if this high is being respected and we have this kind of rejection, then possibly what could that mean, do you think?
It means we're trying to make a lower high right now, and after then we're going to make a lower low.
Yeah, so right now we can identify that the trend may be reversing. Yeah, reversing, exactly.
Yeah.
And we have just broken this lower high here. So that could be a very good indication that our major zone here could hold and we can continue down, push to the downside, okay? Now, remember I said we do have this zone here, okay? But what we want to do is we want market to break structure lows to give us 100%, no, not a 100%, a higher probability for us to execute a trade and hit that trade in the right direction. But I did also say, if the market fails to make a higher high here, okay, which would indicate that this is our higher high, our higher low, and then our higher high, that the trend is going to reverse back to the upside. If we come back here and respect this major zone, then we're going to look for sells as long as we have an indication. Why? Because we're failing to break this, this high here, and we can see momentum is down. Rock, so that rejection on the day at the top is a double top, so big possibility momentum will be down. Yeah, exactly. That is a very, very strong double top there. And even if you look at it, if you wanted to drop down to just say the 4 hour, whatever you want to call it, I don't really care about double tops and all of that stuff, but just for, you can say this is a head and shoulders. We have a shoulder, head, shoulder, and we push back down, or you can call it a triple top. Or if you want on the daily, you can call it a double top. Whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter. But structure is telling us that momentum is down, even though the trend is up. We've just broken this low here, which could indicate a strong possibility the market's going to continue to push down. So what we'll do is wait for the market to come back to this major zone, show us a rejection. If it does, we'll take a sell. If it breaks this, then what we'll do is take in a buy straight away. We'll wait for the market structure to change. We'll break this high, and then we'll take a buy, okay? And then obviously it's a no-brainer. If we break this low here, then we're obviously going to take a sell, okay? Any questions? Okay, cool. So let's go to the daily and then see what happens. Sorry, the 1 hour. I always monitor my charts on the 1 hour. You won't see me monitoring them anywhere else, okay? Guys, can you see that? You happy with that, or do you want me to make it a little bit bigger?
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, okay. You are in the daily? No. I'm on the 1 hour now. I'll monitor my charts on the 1 hour. Guys, look, because at the moment I still work part-time whilst trading. When I'm at work, once I've done my zones in the morning, I'm at peace. Because when I see that the market is in a zone like this, I couldn't give two shits what's happening. So what I'll do is I'll literally flip my work screen to my charts. If I see the markets here, I don't care. What I'll do is I'll wait for my market to break structure high or structure low, and then I'll take my trades. And I haven't got time all day to be faffing about with all these minor zones and what have you. I just literally will trade majors on the 4 and the daily. That's why I get higher probability trades. So it's up to you how you want to do it. But right now, forcing the trade, we're just going to wait for structure to break, and then we'll go from there. And obviously, if we get to the zone here, then we could look for a sell if it gives us an opportunity to sell, okay? So let's keep going. Let's play it. No, we're almost at that zone now. So guys, when we get closer to a zone, what we can now do is drop down to our 15-minute, and then we can observe it to see what happens, okay? Now, to be honest with you, this hasn't really come to the structure here in order to warrant a sell, even though we do have this 15-minute close on with this candle here as bearish. Previous candle indicated rejection, and obviously this candle here indicated rejection. The only thing I'm worried about, oh look, and we have a nice pin bar on the 30-minute. The only thing I'm worried about is not that I wouldn't take this trade, because if you look here, the structure on your left, we can see why we would be rejecting the zone. Okay, but what we do now have is if we put our stop loss above structure high, we're going to have a bigger stop loss, which actually, really and truly, 42 pips is not too bad. So that's 43 pips. Nah, it's a bit too big. So we'll just let this one go. This is all part of being disciplined, guys. We would have preferred it to come back to retest here, and then we could have looked for a sell opportunity based on momentum to the downside, and obviously I failed to break this high here on the previous day, okay? But we'll be a bit disciplined today, and we'll let this one go, and let's just keep moving on. Are you guys happy with me clicking the 15 candles, or do you want me to play it?
I'm good with clicking.
Okay, guys. So look, if we did take this trade, okay, what you have to understand is our stop loss would have been above structure high, which is about 45 pips. And our target we still haven't met, okay? So for our 45 pip target, we would have wanted to, for market to come down here. Okay? So let's just see if it happens. I hope it don't happen, just so that I can show you why we wouldn't take a trade.
Yeah, como tonight, cosa que Ambro, Ideal. Eh?
Kev, can you mute Rhino, please?
Ideal. But Ideal go.
I can't mute no one, can I?
Ah, okay. And then ENK.
No, I can't. Only Kev can.
I don't think so. You can do it. Why don't you take the host now?
No, because it's him taking it. Kev, if you're there, bro, can you mute Rhino for us? We'll keep playing for now, but if you can. Okay.
Enter by now. Oh, but plus nothing.
Guys, look at this. We'd have been stuck in this trade. Unless you was willing to take your profits there, and I don't know how you would have. You would have probably maybe take your profits here after this candle closed, but I don't trade like that. I would have waited for it to come back down. Risky trade, and a good thing we didn't take it. We want to see rejection from zones and the middle of the chart. So I hope you see that. We're nearly at 4 o'clock now, so I think our day. Okay, so I'm going to stop trading at 4 o'clock. and then move on to the next day. Any questions, or do you see how easy that was for now? We stayed in the zone today. We had no.
I didn't even mess it up on it.
We just move on to our next charts that we have. Great. Okay, guys. So look, we're on the next day, 8 o'clock. Open. We go to our higher time frames again. So we know from the start of the week, trend was up. We had this double top, if you want to call it a double top. We had a major rejection. The market is now in upward momentum. And if we manage to break this high above this major zone and we close above, then we can look for a buy. If we reject this zone and have strong signs of rejection, because we're failing to break this high here, then we can look to the downside. Everybody get that?
Yeah.
Cool. So now we're at a zone. I will not wake up in the morning, me personally, and look at this and say, oh, we have a nice pin bar 1 hour close, let's sell it. Because after the Frankfurt and London crossover, we have very strong news, and then we have a little bit of a quiet moment. Sometimes London can push strong, but me personally, because we're trading Euro USD, I prefer to give it a little time and let the market move for about half an hour to an hour before I start taking any conclusive trades. So let's see what happens. If we break to the upside, we're going to take buys, and if we have strong rejection for the zone, then we're going to take some sells. But what I want to see now is for this market to pull back, and then fall back down. Now, look at this. Okay, guys, look, we do have this zone here now that formed because of yesterday. And if you can see market structure, this is now a new low. So let me stay disciplined with you guys, actually. What we do now, instead of taking support and resistance sells, because that's not how you guys trade, what we'll do now is, for a more conclusive trade, we'll wait for this low, and then we'll take some sells. I don't think that's my mic lagging, man. I think it's just too much noise. Can somebody message Kev on Slack, please, privately, and ask him to mute everybody, and then, yeah, it's Ryan's mic, I know. Mute everybody, and then whoever wants to talk can unmute. Please, somebody do that for me. Okay, yeah, so, sorry guys. I'm not gonna take resistance sells with you today. We'll wait for a break of the zone, and then we'll take sells once we take out this low. If we break the zone here, then we'll take some buys. Knowing that this is a major zone and this is a new zone formed from yesterday. So it's always important every morning, me personally, I redraw my zones because you never know when new structure is going to be built. And based on yesterday, this is now a new structure. Atu. So guys, we're entering the zone now. We're on the 1 hour. Yeah, that's fine. So guys, when we see market doing this, right, don't be too hasty to take sells based off of this too yet, unless you really understand market structure. But what we can gather from this is in the past, we see here, back in February, we held this zone very strong. Again, in March, we held this zone strong, and now we're holding this zone strong. What this indicates is right now, buyers are really struggling to break through because of the orders that are left in this area, okay? So what this will confirm for us is if we do manage to break this zone, then we've potentially taken out sell orders and bears have really broken through this brick wall to take over to indicate that we can keep it going, okay? Let's see what happens. We're still attempting to break. We have nice rejections, which is good to see. Look at the 15-minute. Nice pin bar, 1 hour close. That looks very nice. Okay. Let's have a look at this. So if we go to our 4 hour, we can see momentum visible to the eyes was down. This major zone here, which is a low in the past. We've rejected it very strong. We've shown continuation to the upside as we broke through this zone here. Okay, we came back to retest it and failed to break it, which is making our new higher low if we're going to push to the upside in an uptrend, and now we've broken the zone. So everything is in our favor right now, even the EMAs on the 4 hour. Market is closing above. On the 1 hour, we have this market come to retest this zone, and we've now pushed back up, okay? This is our breakout. This is almost like our retest, a deep retest, and then we've had a push to the upside. So we're going to take this trade.
Rox, Kev is asking if you should mute everyone.
Yeah, bro, please just mute everyone, and then everyone can unmute themselves if they want. Thank you. Okay, can you hear me, guys? I think I was muted as well. Okay, fine. So let's have a look at this. I'm actually a bit pissed, you know, because truth is, let me go back one candle. Okay, that's fine. There's nothing we could do about that. Let it go. Let's see what happens. Your voice is good. Okay, cool. So let's see this trade now. Everything is in our favor based on our observation. We'll place it below structured low, which is about 45 pips. And then we're going to have a target of 45 pips, which is about here. Okay. What we can see is that we have way more than 45 pips to the upside. So that's obviously where we hope market to go. In the long term, it's about 165 pips, so it's definitely not going to happen today. But in the long term, that's where we're hoping for the market to go. So we definitely have enough room to the upside. We have a 45 pip stop loss and potential 160 pip target, okay? So we definitely warrant an easy one-to-one. Well, should be easy one-to-one. So let's give it a go. 45 pip stop loss, 45 pip target. And guys, we're only risking 5%, okay? So even though the stop loss is a bit big, we're using money management to make sure that we still only risk 5% of this £1,000 that we have here, okay? Check the news, hour and 5 minutes. This is not good. This is not good. We have news in an hour. If we're going to be disciplined, Sonny, we don't need to wait for the retrace, bro. We've broken this zone and we've retraced already. If the market was going to continue pushing to the downside, then every attempt to do so in the past, which is here, we would have broken this low and we'd have continued pushing down. So we see that the market is held here, very strong. And based upon higher time frames, momentum is still up. Remember, when we got to this zone here on the hour, it took us 28 hours worth of candles before we even could break it. So we knew it was a strong zone for sales. But once we break it this strong, then we know that we've potentially taken out the sellers and buyers are in the market. The only reason I'm hesitant about taking this trade is that the news is in an hour and 5 minutes, but I'm just going to take it. It will not come back to test the zone again in the near future. It is a strong breakout, Sonny. Exactly. It's a very strong breakout. It may come back to test it later on, but right now, momentum is up. So we're going to go for it. So you can see stop losses below the low. And then we have our 45 pip take profit here with potential to the upside of 168 pips. I'm going to observe this. And then when we get to the news, I'm going to see where we're at. Okay. Guys, and listen, let me show you, hold on properly. Don't get scared of these swings here, okay? If you're monitoring your higher time frames, the hourly candle is still bullish. Bullish. So don't get caught up with all this hype here, okay? Always monitor your higher time frames and trust your analysis. Because the worst thing you can do in trading is take your profits too early and then let your losses run. Because the thing is, if you do that, it doesn't matter what you do, even if you're a 60, 70% win rate and you take your profits early, if you get stopped out, you're always going to wipe out your profits, okay, in the long run. So try and be disciplined as you can and just let it run. There's no harm in setting this trade to break even once, just say this hourly candle is closed. If you're more comfortable setting it to break even now, that's completely fine to keep this trade safe. But what you will have to understand is you'll have more break-even trades than most people. But what you will find is you'll preserve your capital. So if you have a bad habit of letting your stop losses run and not sticking to your fixed stop loss, then just a little tip: set your stop loss to break even after you have enough confirmation the market has pushed away. And then what will happen, that will just help you to lessen your losses and your big losses. But just take into account, you will take a lot of break-even trades. But when you do win, you'll be in profit because you're not taking the big losses anymore. News is in 30 minutes. So let's give it 30 more minutes, see what happens. We have 3 more candles. 1, 2, 3. News. Okay, so news is now, it's medium news. What I will do, I believe, is I'm going to set this trade to break even now because of news. And then if we get stopped out, it doesn't matter. We don't lose nothing. Maybe a little bit of commission, but who cares? And then if the news goes in our favor, we're only 24 pips from our take profit, okay? So set this to break even and break even. And let's see what happens. So we'll let the news pass, 1 hour pass, half an hour, 1 hour. What a friggin' shame. Anyway, doesn't matter, guys. Let's just keep going. News has passed now. We're at 1:30 in the afternoon. Let's see if we hit our take profit. What we'd like to see now is this hold, okay? If this holds, then we should be in good shape. If not, we're going to take a break-even trade. Let's see what happens. Okay, you see we're holding the zone for now. Let's go to the hour. Okay, that's fine. Keep pushing. Now, if you was trading minor zones, guys, after 1 hour of the market holding this zone and giving us bullish pin bars, we still have a nice respect. We have the market respecting this 14 EMA, as you can see, and we have some nice space between our EMAs, okay? A nice flag pattern, nice space. Usually, as you would know, this is our higher low and then potential to push to the upside, okay? If you miss this entry here, then what you can do is you can trade this minor zone. Just bearing in mind, obviously, that your stop loss is now going to be below structure low here, which is about 13 pips, and your target to the upside, 13 pips. Okay, let's just say 15 pips, and your target to the upside is 143 pips. I think I need to fill in some gaps here, but I don't think I have history to the left, so that's why we don't have them. Oh, yeah, we do. Okay, that's fine. So look, we have this high here, okay? So let's see, 15 minute. So we have this rejection of this minor zone. We have, just say, 13 pip stop loss and 30 pip target. So we can take a trade here. If we continuously stick to our plan, then over the long run, even if we lose this now, as long as we're sticking to good risk to reward management and risking the same percent every single time and taking our profits where we're supposed to be taking our profits and cutting our losses where we're supposed to be cutting our losses, then we should become profitable. It's just like poker. As long as you keep playing the hands the way they're supposed to be played, in the long run, you will always come out on top. So 13 pip stop loss, 13 pip stop loss, 30 pip target warrants another buy. This is just based off the minor zone here. This is what you do, just to illustrate. And 13 pip target. We can take two more buys. Okay. And guys, I have confidence in this because this zone is being held, okay? It's being held. If after this big bearish candle, we was going to push to the downside, we would have broken this 14 EMA a long time ago, and then we would have obviously continued down. And I have confidence in you, Rox. Thanks, Atul. Oh my God. You see this zone is still holding. Okay, both took profit, guys. Any questions on that trade? It was pretty simple, even though I spoke so much. Momentum is up, we broke the zone. We took one-to-one risk to reward ratio, and we took our profits. And can I say something? Yeah? At all?
Yes, I just wanted to let you, just wanted to say something as the break of the zone was very strong, especially for you.
Yes.
For you, Sony. And the break of the zone was very strong. So we are not expecting retracement and testing of the zone right away.
No.
It might take a while. It might take maybe a few more hours later on because we are seeing some rejections in the smaller time frame now. So it might be coming back, but not right away. So if you're going to hold on to it, like wait for the retest, it all depends on how the candle is breaking the zone out, and also where Rock is now, which is 4-hour time frame. If you see the candles, they were getting squeezed in between the zone and the EMAs. That is another good signal that it is going to pop to the upside. So you can get yourself prepared in advance too. So that's it.
Very good. And what if you really want to check this out, guys? We know the overall trend is up, right? Okay. If we could go to the weekly's not going to. The weekly will show. Hold on. Let me show you something. The more you put time into your sim sessions, no, I'm not going to have enough here to show you. Doesn't matter. Let it go. But yeah, the more time you put into your charts and really looking at your charts and understanding market structure, then what you'll realize is if we take major points here, oh no, forget this one as well. Okay, I'll show you here. We have obviously uptrend here, higher highs, higher lows. Okay, and if you really wanted to, you can look at this as your next higher low with the potential to push back for the higher high. Yeah, we have broken this zone. I know it was a higher low before, but because we couldn't continue to break this low here, and we've had this massive push to the upside, this is almost a safe trade. No, almost 100% perfect setup, because we didn't take buys as soon as we broke this zone. We waited for a high to be broken, and when we broke it as strong as we did, and obviously respected our EMAs on the lower time frames, then that's an indication of a nice buy. And Atul, thank you for the information. I wasn't aware of this here, the squeeze here, so that's nice to know. Thank you, bro. So it's now 4 o'clock. I'm going to move to the next day. Oh yeah, and guys, can you see if we get stuck in the trade just before news, then if you want to keep that trade safe, it's your prerogative, but I will set my trade to stop break even, so that there's no way that I'm gonna lose any money. I'm just gonna lose a bit of commission, okay? So that's just another way of protecting your trade, because the truth is, guys, it's so important for you to preserve your capital. Your capital is almost as good as, if not better, than having a winning trade. Because without your soldiers, your money, your pounds, your euros, your dollars, you ain't going to be able to trade the next day. So holding a trade for long periods of time while you're in massive drawdown, even if that trade comes back to win for you, you've potentially missed out on 2, 3, 4 days, 5 days of trading. If you've held it for 2 weeks worth of trading, there's no way you can come out of that trade and be satisfied, even if you win. Because the truth is, you've probably missed out on so many other opportunities to double, triple, quadruple your money if you're just taking that small stop loss. And unfortunately, when it comes to human nature, as humans, especially us men, we do not like to take losses. No, not losses, sorry. We don't like to be wrong. But you have to get rid of all of that egotistic behavior, because truthfully, it's really going to do nothing for you. It really isn't. In the long run, it's going to screw you. So, yeah, that's that. We also took our trade once it broke previous lower high. Not a problem. I thought that was a woman's problem, not being wrong. Bro, I don't like being wrong. Especially if I'm in a community of 600 people and I'm posting my trades daily and I get asked how my trading day's gone. I don't want to be wrong. But you have to get rid of that, man. The whole point of being part of a community is to be open and honest and take the advice. Even if it hurts your feelings, let it go. Definitely stubborn. Okay, cool. Let's see what happens now. So, again, trend is up. We had a massive rejection off of the zone here. Break even is where you close your trade with no profit, no loss. Yeah, we don't take a loss and we don't take profit. We may lose commission or our what do they call it? Spread. Guys, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, okay? Let me look at this clearly. Because we consolidated at this zone for so long, right? And we haven't really created this kind of pattern that I like to look for, which is a hump. We haven't created this hump here. I don't really like this zone, if I'm truly honest with you. Let me see. But we're in profit. Why not tighten out? I don't understand, bro. Sorry. I think it was include your commission too, because of the news. And is it Parham? Yeah, Parham. I prefer to take a break-even trade than to take my profits too early, because it installs really bad habits in you. And unless you can build the confidence to wait for your 10 pips or your 15 pips to hit, then in the long run, you will always end up losing your profit. Always. Because when you take a stop loss that's bigger than your take profit, it's always going to cancel you out. Always. Okay, cool. So, no problem. So guys, what I'm going to do now is I'm not leaving the zone here. On the daily, we're just breaking through too much candles. It's not clear to me, okay? So I'm going to remove it. I hope you don't mind. And what I'm going to do now, even this zone was conclusive for me on the 4 hour. As you can see, we held here, we held here, we held here, and in the past we held here, and we held here. Even though we have a hold here, look to the left, we're just breaking through too much traffic. So personally, I'm going to wait for this market to push up and break this high, or to come back down and break this low for a sell. Let's see what happens. Let me adjust this. It's all about being disciplined, guys. Don't rush to take your trades. Let the market tell you what it's doing. And if it's not clear, then don't take the trade. I was talking to somebody the other day, and I said to him, because he's having a problem taking trades, I said to him, what kind of trade was that? Was it a yes trade? He said, no. I said, was it a maybe trade? He said, yeah. And I said, would you ifing about it? He said, yeah. I said, so don't take the trade. If you're ifing and butting, or you're humming about the trade and it's not a conclusive yes in your head, then let it go. Just don't trade it. Because once you lose that trade, guess what you're going to do? Oh, I knew I shouldn't have taken that trade because No, man, it's too late. Just trust your instincts. If you have a yes trade, take the trade. If you have a maybe or a trade, don't take the trade. Simple as that. No, it's not simple, but if you want to instill discipline and you want to get to the level where Kev's at, then believe me, you need to do it now. Sorry, I'm talking so much. Let me clear this. EMA, and then go to 4 hour, and let's copy this over. Oh. Okay, cool. So let me have a look at this clearly. This is the 1 hour. No, get out of here. This here is too much information. And guys, when you start seeing things like this, okay, and you want to force your zone here, even though when you look to the left, you know it's just breaking through hella traffic. Guys, screw this chart. Just put it on the back burner and let it sit there for a day or two, and let the market correct itself and give you conclusive evidence. Don't try and force a trade just because you trade EU. If you trade 2 pairs, then trade your other pair. If you trade 4 pairs, then my advice to you is when you wake up in the morning, pick the 2 pairs you think are going to work for you, put the other 2 on the back burner, and then look at them the next day. Because the more you hunt, unfortunately, when we want to trade, when we're trading, we want to trade every day. as new traders, because we just want to prove to our friends, family, ourselves that we're just the greatest. So when you have 4 charts, you're going to be hunting through those charts on a daily basis, looking for trades. Sometimes the best thing to do is just pick your 4 charts, pick the 2 you're going to trade, and then stay with them for the day. If you find a trade and set up on those days and do it. I trade GJ, UJ, EU, GJ, EJ. Yeah, GJ, EJ, UJ, and EU. I'm slowly migrating on to CJ, and I tried gold, but that stuff's too aggressive for me. Even though I know UJ is exactly the same, but it's just that I started with UJ, I kind of have a feel for it. But it did screw me last week. I think it was last week or the week before. So I fell out with it. Okay, sorry guys, so let's just keep going now. So we're now 8 o'clock in the morning. Let's check our news. Five hours, we have some medium news. Okay, that's fine. And guys, and just to illustrate here a second, because we've broken this high, this low, and we've made a lower low, this could be a potential, what do they call it? Guys, help me. If we're in a downtrend, what is this?
Lower high.
Lower
A lower high, yeah. So this could be a lower high. So be careful that the market doesn't swing back down. If we're going to buy, we just want to break this high. And if we sell, then let's try and break a zone to the downside, or even possibly this zone, okay? Too small. Okay, I just want to illustrate something now. Let's see. Remember I said this zone here, right? When we look to the left on the 4 hour here of traffic. So there's no clear indication of what can happen here. So let's just say we did keep our zone here on the 1 hour and we took this breakout. We have 35 pip stop loss. We have 104 pip target, and we have easy 1-to-1. But again, remember I said I don't like this zone because of the traffic to the left on the higher time frame. So always monitor your higher time frames, and let's see what will happen. 45 pips. Take profit about here. Let's see. Do we have our stop loss? Okay, let's keep it here. Let's keep our stop loss here, yeah? Below structure lows. Okay, so we would have got stopped out on that trade. Now, that's why, me personally, I only like to take trades when I have a zone that gives me a hump, like this. Now that I know this is a potential high, no, it is a high. So if this high now gets broken, then I can take buys. But until the market plays out and gives me a structure high, instead of taking a zone like this and saying, oh, look, it's holding price, then I'm not interested in it. Because what makes this resistance? How do we know? We have to look to higher time frames. And when we look at higher time frames, there's no supporting evidence that this was resistance because of the traffic to the left, right? So my argument is to whoever disagrees, why is this not support? Or even better, why is this just not a consolidation box? Or why is this not an uptrend? Why make up shit? Just wait for the market to give a structure and then trade the structure. On the 4 hour, we now have some structure. Okay. It's now 4 o'clock anyway, so this day's done. We're going to let it go. Okay. So can you see, guys, now, if the market decides after this massive rejection, we know that sellers obviously in the market. Now, just to point out something, if you look to the left, right, we can see it held here, okay, in the past. Every time this market has tried to break above this zone, look where the market's closed, the bodies, all below the zone. So can anybody tell me what they think will happen? If bears are trying to push this market up, constantly trying to push this market up, go to the daily. Bulls tried to push the market up. They got rejected. They not only closed below the zone, but they closed bearish. And we failed to break this high. What could that possibly mean?
Maybe a possible reversal.
Well, yeah, momentum possibly could shift, right?
Yeah, shift to a downtrend, yeah.
To a downtrend, yeah. And again, looking at structure, we failed to push up and break this high. So we possibly could be pushing down to the downside, okay? So that's what we're going to be looking for today. Let's see what happens. I'm going to trade this week out, guys. I'm just running quickly, get a drink. Okay, my mouth's dry. Higher could be lower high. Yeah, it could. But until the market comes, if this is your low high, until the market breaks this, I couldn't care less what's happening. I just know this could be a lower high. That's true. And if we break it, I'm taking buys. And if we continue to push to the downside, then I'm going to take some sells. But look at the long wick. But this one here. Yeah, that's what we just explained exactly. This may reverse. It tried to break this for 28 1-hour candles and just failed to do so. So yeah, we possibly could reverse. So we just have to see what happens. So we'll keep going. We'll check the news now, and then we'll continue. News is in 21 hours, so we look safe to keep trading. Can you draw a... No, I don't draw trend lines, Khalid. I think you asked me last time, bro. I don't really know how to use them too well. If I'm going to draw it, then it's just going to get in my way. I just trade zone to zone. That's how I've been successful trading, just zone to zone. I mean, no one strategy works. If you want to be a harmonic trader and say this is a bat pattern or whatever, cipher pattern, and then this is going to push up, then if it works for you, it works for you. For me, I've traded swing. I've done swing trading. I've done intraday trading. I've done scalping on the 1 minute. And then I moved over to scalping on the 15 minute. And then I just slowly incorporated all that knowledge and developed it to something that fits my character. And this fits my character. If you want God's honest truth, because of my swing trading past, usually what I would be doing is taking sells as soon as we hit this zone. Until we break this zone, I don't care if we lose, because then I know momentum's still pushing up. and have a second chance to take another trade. So for me, it doesn't matter, to be honest with you. I would have taken a sell immediately here. My stop loss would have been above market structure, but actually maybe not, because this structure wasn't here. It's only developed recently. So anyway, forget it. Let's keep moving on, and let's do this. Do what we're doing. Today's the 7th. Any questions, guys? No? Okay, cool. Let's go. So we're looking for a break of this high for buys. And then for sells, I guess we'll just wait for the market to break the structure low here. This doesn't look right to me a second, because this is not a low. This is a buy signal. We need something below now. So let me draw one. Okay. And guys, the reason why I drew this, let me see. The reason why I drew this is because if we break this zone, it means nothing. If we're pushing to the downside, then we need to break a low, not break a resistance, a support zone. We need to break a low, market structure, okay? Why are we at 5 o'clock, for fuck's sake? Did we already trade Wednesday? Guys, I'm baffled. Did we trade Wednesday already? Okay, doesn't matter.
Rox,
Yeah.
hi.
Mm-hmm.
How are you?
I'm good, bro. How are you?
Very good. I now stopped work. I finished with my work.
This is Atanas.
Yes, it's Atanas.
Ah, what? You finished at the hotel?
Yeah.
How comes?
What?
How comes? Why did you stop?
No, I finished for today. Just only for today.
Oh, okay, okay. So you come to join us?
Yes, of course.
Good man. Okay, cool.
We trade together. Do you want?
Yeah, everybody's trading together, bro.
Okay. So what we see now, which is this pair?
This is EU.
EU. Longs?
No, we're gonna wait for long. So if we see this market break,
Yeah.
we're gonna take some buys. If the market fails to break and we come down and break this low here, we're gonna take some sells.
Okay.
Okay. Right now we've been consolidating for a very long period of time. So
Which is this time now? 8 o'clock. Which day is this?
Thursday, 8 o'clock London.
London. Okay. Thursday. It's okay.
Yeah.
Can we see next candle maybe?
Yeah, bear with me. We're gonna keep pushing.
Pushing up.
I don't know yet, Atanas. We're gonna wait and see.
Do you have news? Do we have news?
In 4 hours and 15 minutes.
4 hours. Okay.
Let me check the high time frame a second. Guys, we have a lot of rejection here off of this zone. If we drop down to the 15-minute, let me check here. No, again, we're not going to take this trade. It's not safe enough to do so, so let's let it go. 1 hour.
30 minutes? No, we can't take it.
No, we're gonna wait.
Consolidation.
Yeah.
Okay. Rox,
Yo,
is that this candle?
this one.
No, previous.
Yeah.
Is that engulfing?
Of course, it's an engulfing, but it's engulfing in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
It's engulfing in the middle of this zone. We've drawn
Okay.
zones based off of higher time frames, structure highs, and structure lows. This engulfing candle here is developing in the middle of a zone. So we're not interested. We don't care
Okay.
about this right now.
Somebody ask for consolidation. Can you explain what's that?
Consolidation just means the market is going sideways, moving in a box. Yeah, like this.
Yeah, moving up, moving down, moving up and
Yeah,
down.
moving up, moving down, moving up, moving down, moving up. Respecting zones and failing to break it. You also have traders that just trade consolidations only. So they take the lows, they buy the lows, and they sell the highs of a consolidation box. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Whoa.
Is that news? Can you check it?
Almost news in 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Yeah, let's see what happens with the news.
Told you, Rock.
30 minutes, and let's give it 30 minutes to pass. Whew. I really like it, you know.
It tested a zone it broke out of.
Yeah.
Now it's gonna go a bit higher. I think it's gonna test the next zone now, I believe.
Let me check this zone testing. What we have to look at here, right, is on the lower time frames, it gives us a bit more history, a bit more understanding of what's happening. We are really, really rejecting this zone, right?
Yeah, I think it's falling down.
I think it's falling down. The only thing right now is if we do this, okay, we're going to be trading against the momentum, but only because this zone has been holding for so long and we've tried to break it. Even when the news come, we tried to break it. We failed to do so. And now we've closed like this. I think what we could do is drop down to the 15-minute and see what happens. No, 5-minute. Let me see. It's too far from this friggin' zone to even trying to illustrate this.
Zoom in, Rock.
In 5 minutes?
It might break the zone to the upside. It might. The chances are.
It may do, but what you have to understand is if it was going to break it, it would have broken it with news, like NFP. If you want a strategy to trade NFP, draw your major zones on the daily. When the NFP starts rallying, whatever zone it hits is going to reject and give you 10 pips.
Mm-hmm.
Because the orders that are still in this in the zones, right, on the major charts. So after this big news here, we tried to break it and we still failed to break it. And potentially, we're going to fill this wick. We're going to fill this wick. And
20 pips.
20 pips, but our stop loss is too big. Guys, I'm going to take a safe trade here, okay? I'm going to take 20 pip stop loss.
And 20 TP.
Yeah, 20 TP and
20 SL.
Yeah. And then we're going to see what happens. Only because of this rejection after major news, I believe we have a lot of sells in this and we failed to break this for so long, okay?
Okay.
Let's see what happens. And then after this, I'm going to grab a drink.
Yeah, I'm agree with that.
You going buy or sell?
Sell.
Sell.
We have rejections on the top. Only also we have a double top.
Yeah, if you want to call it that.
Perfect double top. So next candle.
Hold on a second. Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I will take this trade.
Yeah, I would take this trade as well, but I just don't want to confuse anybody that's new here as to why we took this trade. Because obviously Kev teaches breakouts. But what if you just look at this at first glance, right? Before we drew this zone here, okay, we had all this crap. And I said it's not a zone, right?
Yeah.
And until we create a hump, which we did yesterday, I believe. We created this hump, which means this is our new high.
Yeah.
In order to buy, we then need to take out our new high. And again, for the next how many hours, we failed to break it. When the market attempted to break it during high impact news or medium news, regardless, we rejected it very violently, which indicates that this high, which was here, is a strong resistance zone. Okay? And that's why we took that sell. To be honest with you, we didn't place our stop loss above structure high. We just risked 1-to-1 for that because we didn't get a perfect entry based off of the market structure. But based off of this strong rejection is the reason why I took this trade. If you want to ignore it, you can. It's completely fine. We'll just wait for breakouts. Well, guys, you're going to have to excuse me for a minute or two because I need to get a drink, okay? My mouth is really dry. Guys, I think you can talk amongst yourself if you want.
Khaled, there is no sound. He's going to get a drink.
guys. Thanks.
You ready?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
So, what are you waiting for? So,
Your voice looks like it changed. What happened? What did you
My voice-
drink? Your voice is different.
Khalid, I went for a drink, bro. Okay, cool. It's 2:30 now. Let's see what happens. I don't think we're going to get any more trades. Oh, wow.
We can because
No, we can't take no trades right.
no, we can't. We can't because after 1 hour.
So let me explain. Now that we see a rejection of this major zone here, right? And we have this so-called double top, in order for us to take sells, we're not breaking the zone no longer. We're breaking this zone here to the downside. We want to break a low, okay? So that's what we're going to wait for, break of this low today and tomorrow, sorry. And then we'll take some sells. The truth is, it's 3 o'clock, right? If this market decides to break this low now, okay, if it breaks this low now and you take this sell based off of this break here, what could happen when London closes? You're not going to have enough momentum to push to the downside most of the time because the volume is gone and you're going to consolidate for ages and get stuck in trades. And I'm telling you that from experience, from excessive backtesting. And Etienne will know. You're welcome, Etienne. Take care. So let's just keep it safe. It's 4 o'clock now. London is basically stopped trading, close at 5. So let's just see what happens. They're going to take their orders off and they're going to let it go. Even if we push down, we just have to be disciplined and just wait for tomorrow and see what happens. Even if we do break it, it doesn't matter. Sorry, that's based off of me trading London in London, okay? If you trade New York time, then it's up to you, it's your prerogative. But me personally, I don't. So I'm going to stick to that. Okay.
So rocks.
Yo.
So mainly this one is overlapping time for London and New York session, right?
Yeah, and London's about to close now for me.
So it's overlapping time, right?
Well, what do you mean by that?
New York is trading 2, London is trading 2, so like the time is overlapping. The duration from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. New York time.
No, the duration on the simulator for me set to GMT time
Yeah.
from 1 o'clock
to
about 4 o'clock London time. London and New York overlapping, yes.
Yeah. So that's the highest probability time. The most volume will be found only during this time.
Yeah.
So after the London is closed, yeah, you are right. It might go sideways and then it might go there like until the next day London open. Maybe.
But it may break it. But the truth is,
there will be no volume.
I prefer to just wait for the next day. To be honest with you, I've got my one. How many trades did we take today? 1. I've got my 1 trade for today, I believe. So that's me. I take 1 trade a day, 1 win and done. I have my 5% for the day.
You just trade just like me. I do.
Take my 5% and I run. The truth is, because we're never going to beat institutions, right?
No, man.
We're never going to beat them. So what's the point? If they give us our 5% for the day, we say thank you and bye-bye.
That's true.
And you have to think about it. If this was a huge account, like a 10 grand account, I'm more than happy with my 5%. If this was a 100K account, I'm even more happy with my 5%. So even if you have, what you have to understand is we don't trade based on monetary value. We trade based on percentage. And compounding works by continuously gaining your 5% or your 3% or whatever it is over long periods of time. So if you're trying to build a small account, understand that, draw your spreadsheet and you'll see it. From 100 to £1,000 in a week, but over a period of 3-4 months, you get to 1,000. 3 months, if you continuously compound and get your 5% a day, you'll get to £5,000. And if you're able to do that consistently over long periods of time, before you know it, you'll have 10, 20, 50, 100 grand. And the thing is, once you become comfortable and have faith that you can get your 5% daily or every other day, what happens is when your account balance increases, you're not going to get shaken out of trades because the monetary value is increased. You're just going to focus on the percent only because you've disciplined yourself over such long periods of time and consistently done it that you know, regardless of whether you win or loss, you'll make it back up over a period of time. But if you come into the market thinking that you're going to turn £100 into 100 grand in a year, you're truly mistaken. It can be done, but the faster you earn that money, more than likely, you're going to lose it double as quick. So just enjoy the journey, man. This is probably the hardest thing you're ever going to do in your life. Learn to mentally yourself for the markets.
It's more psychological rather than being a...
That literally that's what trading is. Anybody can do charting. Anybody can.
Yep.
Anybody. You teach a classroom of children, they'll do it. Believe me. And they'll probably do it better than we do. But when it comes to the psychological side of trading, it's very, very, very difficult to do it.
To keep yourself disciplined, that's right.
Yeah. So we broke that zone. We'd had a stop loss of 23 pips. Okay, we have felt we actually haven't taken our take profit yet. But can you see, look guys, can you see it's ranging now? Even though we had this breakout, oh no, it would have been, yeah, we had this breakout. Because London closed, we have a lot less volume in the market. So that's why I just let it go, man. I couldn't care less what happens through the night. Okay, cool. Let me check. So daily, we'll have, I'll say, major trend up, but after this, fell to break the high, make a new higher high. We have this new lower trend forming. And we now have this, what is that? A higher low, yeah. And potentially we could be coming back down to make a lower low. Momentum is down at the moment. If we go to the 4 hour, it's down at the moment. So I would like to see a nice break of this low here. And if we're going to buy again, then honestly, for a safe trade, I prefer for this zone to be broken. Even if this gets broken here, I don't think I'll bother about. I'm not bothered about it. Until we break a structure higher, then I'm going to let it go. Because again, this is the middle of the nowhere. This is our low for ourselves, which we would have taken here, but we didn't because London closed. We do have a minor here. If we draw this minor in, look what happens, right? If the market breaks this minor, we're going to have a stop loss, say
10 pips.
No, we're not going to go 10. We're going to give it some room to breathe. 12 pips, stop loss. And how much target do we have to the next zone? 5 pips. We don't even have a 1-to-1 here. So why even bother trade this minor zone? Let it go and let the market break its structures, major structure lows, just to give you more conclusive trades.
I think it's break. The price will break. It's not problem for a price.
Yeah, but if it breaks the minor, I don't care. It's too close to the major. Why not just wait for the major to be broken before?
Yeah. First major.
Yeah, let the majors break first. And then we'll see what happens.
If there is no momentum in the market, then you are going to stuck in the market.
Yeah, or you're going to get stuck out.
Just wait.
Yeah, let's just wait. Okay, cool. So we know momentum at the moment is down, but we want to see break of structure before we start taking any sells. And to be honest with you, if we break this minor, we're going to get stuck on this major. So let's just see what happens. So news, we have 5 hours and 30 minutes. Look at this illustration, guys. Let me see if it does it. Nah, forget it, man. Can't bother.
Which time frame is this? 1 hour.
1 hour.
Oh,
I always monitor on the 1 hour. Okay, so I will illustrate this now.
50 minutes?
Hold on a second. We haven't broken any structure right now, yeah? Sorry, we've only broken this minor structure.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to illustrate something to you when it comes to minor structure and how conclusive or inconclusive minor structure can be at times. I don't know how experienced some traders are here. If you're experienced and you understand market structure and you want to take this, that's your prerogative. But for me, I don't trade minor zones. I just trade majors only.
Major in H1?
Pardon?
Which major?
Majors on daily and 4 hour only.
Only 4 hour and daily?
Yeah, 4 hour and daily only.
Because Kev says for 1 hour only is good for trading 1 hour zones.
If that's what you want to do, that's up to you. I'm not saying I don't trade 1 hour, but this is not really a 1 hour zone to me, is it? Well, okay, this may be a 1 hour. This may be a 1 hour low then, if this is what Kev says, right?
Yes.
But I'm sure he would agree with me. I'm not trying to teach anything different. But what I am trying to illustrate is now this is broken. This zone here. We now have a stop loss. If we're going to put it above structure high, we have 29 pips. We only have 9 pips to the downside. We don't even have a 1-to-1. And if we put it above here, we have a 13 pip stop loss. And again, only 9-10 pips target. We don't even have a 1-to-1. Because what happens if we break this minor so close to a major, we come to this major, what possibly could happen?
Breakout.
Or
Reversal.
Pushing up, reversing.
Exactly. So
in more of the times it's reversing.
yeah, exactly. 80% of the time, the market will reverse on major zones, right? So let's just wait for a breakout of this lower zone and then go.
Few pips, like if we get greedy for few pips extra, it might cost us a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Especially if you're struggling to be disciplined.
It's a risk for money, for your money.
Yeah, so if you want to take it, by all means take it. If you're happy with that, then that's fine. But
Whoa. What a candle. See? Reject.
you see the rejection?
Yeah, I see it. I know it.
And that's why we just let those things go.
Yeah. I will wait until this good broken the zone. Good broken.
A good break of the zone, yeah.
Yeah, good break. Yeah, reverse.
Now, I should have just waited. All right, anyway, we know right now overall momentum of the market is down, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's no reason why now we can't take a sell off of this zone. Okay? Because momentum of the market is down. In order for the momentum of the market to change, it needs to now break this zone to the upside, okay?
Okay.
If it fails to break the zone to the upside, then we know that's a strong what?
Strong momentum to the upside. Great risk to reward ratio.
No, yeah, I understand that. But if momentum is down, we get to a major zone here.
Mhm.
What can this now become? Well, what will this possibly become?
200 EMA is a resistance. Dynamic resistance.
Resistance, exactly. So we can take a sell here, and we have a nice pin bar close on the 15-minute, okay? So it's a safe trade if we put our stop loss above the zone here, which is 21 pips, and we have a target to the downside of 21 pips.
20.
Pardon?
20.
You want 20 and 20?
Yeah, no more. Because if you want more, it's not good for money.
Yeah, but we have to put our stop loss above the structures, because if we don't, then what potentially will happen is we're going to end up getting stopped out prematurely.
Okay, 21 to 21.
Let me check it again. If you're right, I'll put it at 20.
Yeah, 20 stop loss and
This is
21
here.
maybe.
Let's see.
Because it's very good rejection on a 50 minutes.
Okay, so 19 is our 18 is our zone here. 19 is just above, and if we give space for spread, I'll go 20. Okay, Atanas, I'm going to go 20-20. Okay.
Yeah, 20 is good.
Does everybody understand why I'm taking this trade?
I understand everything.
You do, Atanas. Let me ask the rest. Does everybody else understand why I'm taking this trade?
There are 16 people in here, Adonis.
What?
There are 16 people in here.
Who said no?
Who say no? It's not 16, 20.
Who said no? Guys, if no one asks questions, then I'm just going to continue, okay? I'll explain one more time. Momentum is down, okay?
Yeah, we have rejection.
If when momentum is down, we're only looking for sells for the day. The market tried to come up to break the zone. We now see a rejection, okay? When we go to the 15-minute, we have this nice pin bar. Here, after the bulls tried to push up, it gave us this nice pin bar, nice small stop loss, and a nice easy target to the downside, because we have 20 pip stop loss. We have target to the downside 37 pips, which is more than 1-to-1. So we're only targeting 20 pips. So that's why we're doing it. Momentum's down. We have a nice pin bar. We failed to break the zone here. We're going to push and see what happens. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. This is consolidating. And one thing to identify when it comes to consolidation, the market will go up and come down, go up and come down. So if you don't know much about consolidation, then you can let this go. But because we know momentum is down, and for the day we're only looking for sales, is the reason why we're going to take this trade. And you see, guys, look, the market is failing to break the zone at the moment, okay? Price is stalling.
Which time is now? 7.
Yeah, but we're stuck in the trade now. It's 5:15, so we'll probably go to New York close. Let me see on the 1 hour. Yeah, we're stuck in this trade right now, so we just have to keep going.
Can we see on a little time frame? 15. Okay. Should go down.
I think it should go down.
Yeah. Do you know why?
Of course, I just explained why.
Because I know. It's so slowly. It's slowly because the markets, the New York is closed.
Wow, look how we're just missing our take profit, man.
Which time is now? 21. It's which day? Friday.
Yeah. Why is TP so? Can you tell me who's asking these questions, please?
Who write on the screen?
But who's asking these questions so that I can address you?
Write on the chat.
Who?
Huh?
Who?
Rox, who is this person?
I don't know. So, guys, because we're now 9 o'clock, right? We've just missed out TP by probably a pip. Now that I see this rejection after the 1 hour close, I'm just going to close the trade, okay? Because I'm not staying up. I'm not sleeping through this trade. I'm just going to close the trade.
I think it's falling down, but let's see the next candle.
Yeah,
Wait.
the day's done now, but we'll see.
Oh, oh, yeah, okay. Perfect. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Consolidation.
Yeah, this market now just looks like it's consolidating to me.
Yeah, it's shit.
Yeah, it is shit. But today's now Friday anyway, so this Monday? How did we skip Saturday and Sunday? I'm so baffled. Anyway,
But-
back to Monday, guys. So we're gonna redraw our charts, okay? Guys, any questions?
Why you delete?
It's Monday, bro. It's a new week.
Ah, okay. You make a new zones?
Of course. I want to see clearly what the market's telling us.
Okay.
This is a hard pair to trade at the moment, man. So this
Okay.
consolidation. No questions. Okay.
8 o'clock.
That's okay. Hi, thanks for coming. Let's go to the daily. Can you see the daily consolidating?
Yeah.
No problem at all. Take care, bro.
Yeah, make resistance and support zones.
Yeah, I'm going to do them now.
I think also in this rejection we have support.
Hold on a second. That's fine. Here.
Yeah, a little bit down.
Here.
See the week. This week, where is the doji? Yeah,
Here.
yeah.
Yeah, but I don't draw my zones like that. I'll show you what I'll do. Oops. What I do is I draw the major zones that I can see on the higher time frame.
Okay.
Again, I'm not comfortable with this one, to be honest with you, but I'm going to see. And then I'll drop down to the 4 hour. Again, I will not take what you just saw. I will probably take the low here.
Okay. Yeah, that's the zone.
Yeah, okay,
That's
where we see nice support, nice resistance, and now again support. So I'm going to take this one.
Yeah, I am agree with that. It's very good, very good.
Cool. Upside. I'm going to take this one.
Do you know what I think now?
Tell me.
Double top again.
Well, because we're consolidating on the daily, I reckon we're going to bounce around for a bit.
Because it's Monday. Monday we have in all the times, every Monday maybe, we have not in the right way. The price not going on the right way. she goes to reverse.
Yeah, but Atanas, what I'm trying to illustrate here for everybody listening is we're not going to wake up every Monday and say the price is not going to move. What we do need to understand is that Sunday, Asian opened, the market moved, okay? When coming into London session, we don't have any conclusive market structure. So if you want to trade Mondays, the best thing to do is let London move the market, find your structure, and if you want to trade Mondays, trade New York session only. With
Only New York, no London.
London, New York only. Because after Asia closes, after Asia moves on Sunday, we know that more than likely it's not a true representation of price, right? So when London opens, what we want them to do is correct the structure of the market. And then if you want to trade Mondays, trade London, New York crossover only.
Which time is this crossover from London to New York? Which time?
I think it's 1.
1 o'clock at
GMT.
GMT. Okay, I understand.
And I just trade 3 hours, 1 till 4 only on a Monday.
1, 2, 3.
1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and 3 o'clock only. 3 hours.
Okay, I understand. Okay. Thank you, Rox.
Welcome,
Thank you,
bro.
because it's very good for me. This time is important.
Yeah,
Very-
definitely.
Very important for trading.
Of course. I just want to illustrate, guys, something. You see, I drew my zones on the daily. When I go to the 4 hour, I don't take them as 100% concrete zones. What I'll do is adjust them slightly. So this was down here, adjust it to the high, and this was up here, adjust it to the low. Okay, so that you're just correcting it continuously as you're going down. Okay. Because look, if you decided to wake up on Monday morning and say this is a low because the market's rejecting it and you want to jump to conclusions that it's going to keep going up, when you go to the 4 hour, look, if you decide now you're going to wait for a break at this zone, again, you have a false breakout in a way because you have this low here. This is the low you're looking to break. So you want to break this major structure as opposed to, oh, this is support. Because the argument is, why is this not resistance? So wait for the market to give you those humps that you need, those humps, and these humps like this, these humps like this, these humps like this. Don't go hunting for zones. Just look, hump, 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 okay? Look for the humps. Look for the humps. Right, let's just keep going, man. And let's check the news. 1 day, 4 hours, 30 minutes, and 0 seconds. So this needs to go. And we are now on Monday the 12th. What we can do, just to stick to what I just said, we can now either skip this London session and just go to New York and then see what happens. Actually, I want to point something out. We do have a hump here. Can you see?
Yeah, it's that is support.
No, what we'll do now, we know overall momentum of the market is down, okay?
Yeah.
When we know momentum is down, we don't look for support, we just look for zones to break. So if we draw this zone here, I'm chatting shit because no, this is a high. We'll take the low. We'll take the low. But then again, I said this low doesn't count because we have a major. Okay, so let it go. Let's just keep trading. It's in the middle of a major zone, so we just have to let it go. Look. It broke the low.
Can we see the little time frame? 15 minutes.
This was your low that we drew. Hold on. If this was your breakout, this was your stop loss, 10 pips, and you would have taken your profit, cool. But I'm just sticking to majors at the moment, so we're not worried about that. I'm not even going to try and explain it. Let's keep going.
Yeah. Which time is it? It's 1 o'clock now.
Yeah, so London, New York crossover.
Okay.
It is now happening. So now we can see, obviously, if we get some momentum in the market to push down and break that low. We're only looking for sales today.
Okay, yeah, of course.
Momentum is down. I think we're just going to consolidate.
Wow.
Okay, fine. So let's move to the next day. See, guys, some days you just cannot trade. Don't force a trade. I could have forced a trade here, even though it won. In the long run, it will not win.
It's consolidation.
Yeah. So if you look here on the 4 hour, we have our hump. Can you see?
Yeah.
Here we have our hump. Can you see? This here. Okay, so this is going to be our new high. And if we break this, then we're going to be looking for some potential buys, okay? I'll explain why in a sec. Okay, so we've had momentum to the downside. We tried to break this low.
Which time frame? Which?
This is 4 hour, okay? We've had the downside. We've tried to break this low. In an event that we broke this low, we would have taken sells. We failed to break it on this occasion. And after the bears pushed the market down, we not only did we push away from the zone, we closed bullish, which is an indication there's a lot of buyers here. On this day, we had bears push down to the zone again, and it's a very strong push down to the zone. If bears were still in the market and there was strength to push down, guess what would have happened? We would have pushed down. We failed to do that, and bulls come to show their strength again. We're now testing this zone. We have 2 4-hour candles. To me, based off of my understanding of this consolidation here, I'm looking for buys because momentum is up for me, okay? And because we know that this zone here is held so strong in the past, if it decides to break this, I now know that sellers are potentially out and giving space for the bulls to push back to the upside. So that's just my bias for the day. If the market pushes down today and breaks this zone, then that's a no-brainer. We're going to take sells, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I'm looking for a break of the zone for buyers, and I'm going to look a break of the zone for sells because we're consolidating, okay? And then that's where you hear all of this stuff about last kiss and what have you. For me, I just take the breakout and done. If you want to wait for a retest, then you can do that also. It's really, really up to you.
Okay.
So let's see what happens. We want to go to the 1 hour. We are on the 1 hour.
I think we will go down.
We can't think, Atanas. We have to remember we can't think. We have to just wait for the market to tell us what it's going to do based off of our market knowledge and understanding what the price is doing. We do at the moment, bulls are pretty strong in the market. So if it breaks, we're going to take buys. If it breaks, we're going to take sells. That's what we're talking about. We don't.
It's so strong resistance.
Yeah, but we're not going to anticipate what's happening right now. We're just going to wait for the market to tell us what it's doing.
Perfect doji. Do you see it?
Here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good doji. But waiting, just seeing what's happening.
So guys, if you're reading candle to candle, you can see that the EMAs are being respected. The bears tried to come and show their strength again, and the bulls said no. So let's see if we break the zone.
It's 10 o'clock.
Yeah, we're Tuesday now.
Wow.
1 hour 30 minutes for news.
Rox, do you see that?
Yeah.
What's that candle? Can you explain me? It's doji?
I don't really care what it is, but I can tell that there's obviously strong resistance. There's still a lot of sell orders in here at the moment.
Yeah, it's a sell orders, I think. Yeah.
A lot of sell orders. But for again, to warrant a sell, you want to break structure low, right? So
Yeah, of course.
in order for us to take our sell,
This structure, we must break it, and that's that thinking about sells.
yeah. So in order to warrant a sell now, we're not going to take that doji, that pin bar. We're going to wait for the market structure to break here. Okay?
Yes, of course.
It makes sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
Cool. Let's keep going.
And let's see. Wow.
Okay, I'm going to skip to 5 minutes.
Okay. Which time frame is this?
Just to illustrate something, guys, this more often than not is going to be institutions doing what? What do you think this is?
Which time is? Can I see the which time?
Hold on, Atanas. I want people to answer this question. Do you know what this is? When a market breaks a zone like this so violently and then rejects it. No? So if you can imagine, people that are trading support and resistance would have seen...
Somebody right?
Okay, so so that's what we would think as retail traders, right? We'd think that the sell is strong right now. That's the reason why we wait for structure to be broken to confirm that sellers are in the market. Because what happens, sellers now will come into the market, look at this as a triple top or a double top or a head and shoulders or whatever the hell you want to call it. And once the market comes back to this zone, sellers will come in, they will place their orders, the market will push down, they'll get really excited that they're going to push to the next zone and take the profits. Institution says no. They whip the market to the upside and they take the sellers out. And guess what happens? More often than not, the market continues to push down. But in order for the market to push down, you need to collect orders.
Yeah.
They don't want retailers to be in the same direction as them. They want them to be in the opposite direction. So what will happen is people will see that this candle was pushing to the upside. It's just broken a zone. And that's why it's important to let candles close. Because even if you see this strong push, impulse for new traders will be, oh, it's a buy, it's a buy, it's a buy. But guess what happens? You place your buys now. And what happens to you? You get stopped out. So institutions basically just pissed all over us. We took sells, they took us out, okay? Then we took buys because we got excited, and guess what happens? They come and take us out. So they've just collected shitloads of money, and now they're gonna do what they want with it. So the truth is, wait for your major structures to be broken and then sells, okay? And wait for your candles to close as well, man. It doesn't mean if the 15-minute needs to close. If it's a 5-minute you want it to close, then that's cool. Just let your candles close. Okay. So for me, this is a nice break above. I want to see at least this high be broken. And then if we get a break above that high, I'll take some buys. You see, it's good we didn't take that buy based off of that candle there, yeah? Okay, I think let me just one more 5-minute candle. Let me see how the 1 hour looks. So we're respecting the EMAs, we're pushing to the upside. I think we should give it one more 5-minute candle and see if we can close above that high. Okay, cool. So guys, can you see why we waited patiently? Because we have these bodies here. If we take a sell too early, before price closes and breaks above structure high, then potentially we're going to get stopped out. So now that the market has closed above structure high, we've closed on the 5-minute candle. Based off of the 1 hour candle, I can see momentum is up. And on the 4 hour, I can see momentum is starting to push up. 30-minute momentum is starting to push up. And 15-minute, we can see momentum start to push up. I think that warrants a nice buy. So let's have a look at this. For market structure, let's drop to the 1 hour. If we take a buy here, put it below structure here, we have 19 pip stop loss. We have 73 pips to the next zone. So we have more than enough to do 1-to-1. I'm going to leave it at 2020, okay? Leave it at 2020. You can see, guys, stop loss is not below this, it's below structure low. Even though it's 20 pip stop loss, we're still only risking 5%, okay? Comprende? 2 orders, Boris, at 5%. 2 orders at 5%.
Boris not here. I see.
Boris is here talking in the chat. Was that you?
Boris talking on the chat. Ah, yeah.
Arbaz, I just explained. We have broken the zone. Remember, just because your zone is like this, it doesn't mean it's perfect. Somebody's zone might be down here. Oh my God. This is why sometimes it's better to not trade with zones until you fully understand them. So what we're doing is we're trading structure. Okay? We're trading structure. This is structure high here. Okay?
Yeah, it's broken.
And if you look to the right, structure high is closed above previous structure high, which means that we've broken structure to the upside. And if you wanted to, you can draw like this. If this is how you prefer, you can. It's up to you. But so many people draw these zones that I'm drawing now differently. They get too focused on them. They lose way too many trades or they miss too many trades. So just go off of price structure, okay? The market has now broken this high here and closed above, okay? And remember what I explained to you. When we was here, we couldn't break the zone for so long because there were sell orders in the market, okay? So once we break this, knowing that it was a strong resistance, we now know that potentially buyers in the market. And momentum is with us right now. So let's go with it and see what happens. If we lose it, we lose it. We don't lose it because we haven't broken our green zone. We just lose it because we can lose trades. But we have broken structure high. So that's why we're taking this trade. This shit here I don't care about because I know that's institutions whipping people out. So let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Ah, we took.
Very good.
Yeah. But that was.
Why this move is so fast? Why?
I don't know, bro. Well, because we've already ascertained that the institution is involved, is in the market at the moment. Hence the reason why they whip sellers out. They then impulse buyers to buy. Okay? They whip them out. They then push the market back up. And this is why it's very important, guys, to trade structure and not just your zones, okay? Because if you'd put your buy here and your stop loss just below and not followed structure, you would have been whipped out of this. Do you understand? Because the market would have come down and closed you out. But because we put our stop loss below structure, we were safe. Still risking 5%. Okay?
Hello, guys.
Hello.
What's
Hello,
up?
Boris.
Yeah, exactly, Boris. So that's what I just explained. The market institutions whip sellers out,
Yeah.
whipped buyers out, then again whip buyers out because stop loss was too tight, and then sellers got back in the market and whipped sellers out. That's why when we
Exactly.
5%, just get the hell out of the market, because institutions are so strong, man. They're gonna take us for a ride.
Yeah.
Seriously, they're gonna take us for a ride. And the way you gotta see it is they have inside knowledge, man. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, man.
If the brokers can see our trades, then they must know something. Come on. Because if we started pissing all over, imagine every retail trader in the world decided to get together and take a buy at the same time. Do you think that bankers are really going to risk taking a sell if they know that information? Are they going to lose their money? No, they're not.
Of course not, man.
If they lose their money, what happens to all the banks? They'll liquidate. They'll shut down. So we just have to be grateful we get our 5% or 3% or whatever you want for the day and get out.
Yeah.
Don't try and beat the institution.
The thing is, man, you know, go back to the 15-minute chart. So here was the orders from the banks, and then this was the target, and the candle shot up very fast. It hit their targets, then did the whipsaw to take the buyer stop loss, and then we did the continuation to the top.
Yeah, so it basically took out 3 orders from retailers in its simplest form. And it's just something that we just have to really be aware of. That's sometimes why it's best to not trade when there's a lot of consolidation and just really wait for, because look, daily consolidating, 4-hour consolidating, wait for the markets to start trending. Trend is our friend. And once the market starts to consolidate trend, then guess what? You can take some good opportunities.
Yeah, so you know
this EU right now for this session is probably just a little bit difficult to try and understand, but it's,
you know,
I can't hear you.
this looks like accumulation phase right now. You see the prices in this range.
Of course it's ranging, yeah. And we don't trade ranging markets unless you know how to.
This means, listen.
Bro, we can't hear you, man.
Momentum overall looks down, right?
I can't hear you.
The momentum overall looks down, like going to the downside.
No. Overall right now is consolidating.
Yeah, right now it's consolidating, and yeah, we have upward momentum. So the thing is, we're consolidating now. Like this is the base, and I think now we will shoot up.
No, so what I'm trying to teach everybody here, Atanas, is it Atanas talking?
No, it's Boris.
Boris.
No, Boris, man, listen to me, bro. I don't care what we think. Okay, you have to really understand this. I don't care what we think. We need to let the market tell us what it's doing.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So look, we've taken our trade for the day. We've got our 5%. Okay, what we're gonna do? We're gonna let this go Because to be very honest with you, if I see a chart breakout like this, yeah, I ain't looking to take no buy. That's just moved way too much for me. But I managed to get my 5% based off the breakout before the candle closed, and now I'm done for the day.
Yeah, man.
Time to move on.
Yeah.
And news is okay. That's fine. 19 hours. But I said to Atanas as well, we need to try and really remove ourselves from.
That's what I told you, man.
Yeah, but Boris, it doesn't matter. We have to do what the market tells us, bro. We have to. No disrespect to you. If we keep taking I think trades, I think is going to kill us in the end. Believe me.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's just let the market tell us what it's doing, and then just trade based off of that. What I really like now is that we've come to this major zone. We haven't touched it just yet. That's completely fine. But we've made another hump. Can you see?
Yeah, but the thing is, man, I'm not saying that like we should predict the market, but I'm just saying how the market exactly moves. Like he's making impulse to the upside or to the downside, then making some kind of consolidation, and then shoot up if we're in uptrend, or consolidation, downtrend, or small pullback, downtrend, you know?
Yeah, but listen, you're going to be the most knowledgeable person in the world and study every single candle and understand this is a doji. You can understand this is a bearish candle, a bullish engulfing candle. You can understand this is a bearish engulfing candle. You can start talking to me about kangaroo tails, whammies, woomies, pom-poms, whatever you want to talk to me about.
Yeah.
The truth is, we look at market structure, and unless the market structure tells us that it's going to break a zone following momentum, we do not buy until it does. And unless the market's going to break structured lows and momentum is to the downside, we do not take sells. I couldn't care less if consolidation meant that after we have a huge wedge pattern and it's spiraling up, once it gets here, it breaks to the upside, it's going to go up. I don't care if we have harmonic patterns. I don't care if we have Fibonacci's. I just literally trade what the structure is telling me. And based off the trade, we held a very strong resistance zone for a very long time, which means there was a lot of sellers in the market. If we can break that, that means buyers have taken over, which we did. So we took our buy, we took our profit, and done. Once I've got my 5%, I couldn't care less whether we know this is going up 1,000% or whether this is going down 1,000%. I managed to take my 5% from the institutions. They can suck my balls, and I'm out. That's as simple as it is for me.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to get too technical, man. If I wanted to be technical, I'd learn every single strategy, and believe me, I would. The amount of time I put in trading, I could learn every single strategy if I want, but it's just going to do nothing for me. So the best thing to do is just master this one and let it go.
Hey, I found something, man. You know, I can very easily spot the zones now. Like, if you can go to the 4-hour chart, I want to explain something. Well, maybe you already know it, but yeah, so when you see a big move like this happening from a certain price, like this is the price, right? And we're making this strong drop. This means that here is the zone, like you draw it, right?
No.
Yeah, so that's what I found, man. Like you see, here is the zone, the price is respected, she's pushing up, then she's coming back to the zone, and here, like maybe on here is, let's say,
Boris, listen, bro. The reason why,
consolidation.
Yeah, but listen, the thing is, I'm not an intelligent guy, right? When it comes to just say like mathematics, trigonometry, all those algorithms and all that bullshit, I'm not good at. You tell me 1 + 1 or 10 × 10, I'm going to tell you the answer. So when it comes to trading, that's what I do, bro. I just keep it 1 + 1 and 10 × 10.
Yeah.
If you know how to understand market in a different way, then and it works for you, then it's good. But for me, bro, let me give you an easy reason why I draw these zones. We have a market low, we have a market high. And that's as simple as it is for me. And once we break highs, we take buys. And once we break lows, we take sells. That's it. I couldn't care less about these trends. If I look to the left and it's respected it in the past, then even better, even stronger chance that this zone is.
Yes. So look, it's simple. This is the supply, right? This is the supply.
Yeah, but again, I don't trade supply and demand. I just trade zone to zone, and I'll take trades break of structure high, structure low. And if momentum is down, I'll take resistance, and if momentum is up, I'll take support.
Yeah, but this is the same, right? This is the same.
Where's your demand?
The demand is here, for example. This is a demand. This one.
No, that's not a demand.
Demand is down.
That's not a demand, Boris, and that's why I say don't make it complicated. Yeah, that's demand. Don't make it complicated. Even because you see price would push up on it, you can't say after price is moved, oh, it was a demand. That's definitely not a demand, bro. If it was such a demand, then when the market came down to that price here, why didn't it bounce off? You can't say now that it's moved, it's demand, bro. Supply and demand trading is based off of major lows, major highs only. That's it. Major highs, major lows only. Believe me, because I've studied it. So when you're a supply and demand trader, do you know what happens? You literally will wait days, weeks, and months for your price to come to your zones.
Yeah.
Okay. The longer price stays away from a zone, there's a higher probability that the zone will be respected. However, some people believe the more a zone has been touched and rejected, the stronger it becomes. So it's all down to opinion. So that's why I'm saying, for me, I just trade zone to zone. I'll trade, I'll take sells off resistance if momentum is down. I'll take buys off the support if momentum is up. And then I'll take sells if structure high gets broken, and buys if structure lows gets broken. And Kev teaches you guys to take breakouts only.
Yeah, exactly. Breakouts.
So forget about this as supply and demand. And for everybody that's new now listening, don't get confused by what Boris is saying. Just do what Kev's saying. And the more you see it, no, Boris, I'm not powering you off. But what I'm saying is don't make your trading strategy complicated. Just because
you're exactly.
The road,
right?
Yeah, it doesn't mean you need to move on to another strategy. Stick to what Kev is teaching you guys, because the guy's making money, and more than making money, he's being consistent. If he can be consistent doing it, and he's giving you his trading strategy, then trade his trading strategy. As long as you're consistent with doing that strategy and not changing it, you will become profitable. It doesn't mean you'll be profitable in a week or a month, and it may take you a year. But if you're consistent at doing it, then you know what? In the long run, with slight tweaks, you'll end up becoming profitable. But just have patience, guys. This is not a quick rich scheme. If you think that it is, then go and rob a bank, because you'll never, ever beat the markets. You always need to just make sure that you have a higher probability of winning the trade than losing the trade. And the only way to do that is to trade a proven strategy 100% the way it's been taught.
That's right, man. I fully agree with this.
Who said what's your problem?
Hmm?
Oh, Hugo. No, guys, come on. Let's just go, man. Let's keep going. So, guys, we've kind of lost track now of what we're doing with the market, and I've drawn so many zones. I'm a bit pissed. Hold on. I'm going to get rid of this. No, it's a low. This was a high, so this doesn't need to be here no more. Okay, that's fine. So, guys, if momentum's going to push to the downside, we're taking sells based off of lows, not off of support. off of structure lows. So I'm going to clone this. Okay, and then I'm going to get rid of all this shit because I don't know where I'm at.
Why is Boris on mute? He blowed his account again. That boy.
At Rocks, do you make a live tomorrow or after? What do you mean, Sonny? I don't understand, bro. Okay, fine. So let me understand what we're doing.
He probably missed live trading session.
No, bro. Yeah. No, man. I'm only doing this to help you guys with the simulator. I don't do live trading sessions for any of you lot. I don't need to prove anything to you or anybody. I know what I do myself. I like to trade in silence, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah.
My winnings don't affect your winnings, believe me. And guys, the truth is, you're never going to really learn if you want to keep constantly watching somebody else trade, man.
Of course.
The truth is, you watching me probably ain't going to do you much good either. The only way you're going to become good at something is by doing it yourself, making those mistakes and learning from them. Trust me. I play chess at a very high standard. I've played poker for very high money. And believe me, until you make those mistakes and you learn from those mistakes, you ain't gonna become nothing. Even if you do have a 100% perfect strategy, until you make those mistakes and learn from them, it ain't gonna do shit for you. If you want to become successful, you can't just watch YouTube videos about how to become successful. You've got to do something about it, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, man, my problem is my emotions.
Yeah, we all know, Boris. But the truth is, bro, I'll be honest with you. You're a young guy and you have a lot of pride, man. And the truth is, if you're really going to want to succeed in Forex, you really need to drop that pride, man. Serious, bro, you need to drop it because that's going to kill you in the long run. And the truth is, you have potential. One, you have your age to your advantage. Secondly, your bills are probably not even 5% of what my bills are. And if they are, excuse me. And you have a wealth of knowledge at your hand. There's no point in being, what's the saying? I can't remember, strong and wrong or some bullshit like that. You know, trying to be, you know, being passionate about knowing everything or, yeah, I know this or I know that. But deep down, everybody else that has just a little bit more knowledge than you. I'm not talking about the people you don't like. I'm talking about people like Kev. I would say myself, take some advice from them, bro. Because the truth is, anybody that's religious, if you knew that Jesus was coming to the earth tomorrow and you could go and watch him talk for a day, would you go to your local church and listen to the priest, or are you going to go to Jesus?
Yeah, you're right.
You're going to go to Jesus, right? So
yeah.
Forget about the traffic, Boris. Forget about people in the chat being negative about you. They're going to do that, bro, because they're here to try and learn as well. And when you're talking about the market doing this and the market doing that, but you haven't got no proven evidence, and any history to back that up, people are not going to take you seriously. So do you know the best thing to do when there's critics? The only way to prove them wrong is to go and make it right. And until you do that, bro, it's going to be very hard for people to respect your views on something. And what you do now is you go in silence, you take knowledge from Kev's videos, from other successful traders, you put that into practice, and then you come back and you show your results, you show your consistency, and then guess what, bro? You're laughing. But the whole time you're wasting time arguing with everybody else, it's just going to slow your progress down big time. And bro, guess what? Negative news doesn't mean it needs to be bad. You use that negative news to drive you to make something positive from it.
Yeah, exactly.
When you come back and you show your results to all those people that you think are against you, guess what they'll say? Nothing. Because they can't now.
Yeah, man, I agree with this.
So let's just keep pushing, bro. Nobody dislikes you, nobody hates you. And the truth is, nobody knows you on a personal level, so nobody knows what you're going through. But when it comes to trading, there's no point talking about flying a plane just because you played it on a computer console and you know how to land it on a computer console. Until you actually get into the cockpit and you actually train to do it and actually do it, then there's no point in pretending you can do something. Do you know what I mean? So go through evidence, bro, and just keep cracking on doing what you're doing. And listen, surround yourself with people that know more than you, not know less than you, or know the same as you.
Yeah, of course. I'm surrounded with such people.
Good, man. So let's move on. Chat, be positive. iPhone says be positive. Okay, guys, so I'm going to illustrate this. After this, I'm gonna end the seminar, right? Because my mouth's getting very dry, and I think I've been talking a lot. I'm gonna point this out one last time. Okay, we know momentum is up. Okay, when we got to this major zone here, we had a huge rejection. We know that sellers are here right now. Okay, in order to take a buy, we want to break this zone to the upside, and then take these sellers out. We'll take a buy. Lose or win, we don't give a shit. We just know that's what we have to do when we break a zone, okay? Now, what we do have to also recognize is that the market was in a very strong uptrend, and yesterday, bulls tried to push the market back up to this zone, but they got rejected. We failed to break this high, which means that potentially we can push back down to the downside. Evidence of that's going to be a break of the zone here. Okay, so we're going to take sells. We're going to take sells. This zone is wrong, by the way.
Yeah, man, I agree with this.
So if we break the zone, we're going to take sells, and if we break the zone, we're going to take buys. Let me tell you something, guys. This is not a low because you have a low here. Okay, if market breaks this low here, okay, if the market breaks a low here and your stop loss is above, which is 16 pips, your next target to the next low is only 13 pips. It doesn't warrant a 1-to-1, okay? Now, that's why we won't take this, okay? The reason why we won't take this low here is blatantly obvious because we have our major low here, okay?
How much is this pips from this upper zone green?
Here.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. It's huge right now. But remember, I'm just trading major zones at the moment, okay?
Okay.
Because what's the point in trying to trade in between a major zone if you don't understand price structure? Why not make your life simple and just trade major zones so you have higher probability? If you understand price structure, then this is up to you whether you want to trade in between. But until you understand price structure, then trade your majors only, okay? Now, what I want to point out here, guys, okay, is this. If you now draw your zone here, okay, if you now draw your zone here because you believe this is your low, okay? Right? You believe this is your low.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know, Atanas, but listen, if you, for everybody else watching, if you break this zone and you close below, okay, and then you push down, and all of a sudden you see a rejection back to the upside, once this trade closes, you're going to say, why did it reject? Why did it reject? Then what you'll notice is because you didn't take the major lows, which is here, okay,
Exactly.
and we cover our wicks, that's the reason why you rejected that trade. So it's very important, and it's very simple. It's just plain English. Take your major highs and your major lows and keep it simple, okay? So we're 8 o'clock now on Wednesday. We're going to look for a break of that zone news in 4 hours, so we're safe. We'll look for a break of the zone, and if we break it,
Yeah, we break it.
we break it. Okay, cool.
Wait for pullback. Wait for pullback.
No,
because it's
for
very
me, no. What you have to understand right now, okay, is this 15-minute has closed, okay? We have
Yeah.
a crossover here, and the bull, the reason why we know it's strong momentum to the downside still is because before this became bearish, look what happened. The bulls tried to push the price up, but the bears came in and not only pushed them to the downside, they broke a major zone and closed bearish. So what we'll do is we'll take a trade. We need to find structure first. So we're gonna
I
have.
will wait for a retest though, for a pullback.
I don't take retests.
The
I don't take.
15-minute candle is very big.
It doesn't matter. So even if you wait for a retest, if your stop loss is above structure high, it doesn't matter. The only time we know that we're going to be wrong in this trade is if the market comes to break structure high. If it doesn't break structure high, then we're going to push down. Almost 80% of the time, we're going to push down.
Yeah, I'm agree with that.
When we don't know, but as long as we don't break structure highs, we're going to push down. So that's why we put our stop loss above structure highs and we risk 5%. Okay, so we have a structure high of 33 pips, I'd say, 34 pips, and a target of 56 pips. So we have more than a one-to-one target. We definitely can get 33 pips easy. So we'll go 33. We're risking 2.5% a trade. 2.5% trades is 5%, okay?
Wow, that's too much, man. 33 pips.
Yeah, it's very good.
It's
No problem.
it's a lot of pips, Boris, but the truth is, right, if momentum is in our favor and we're pushing down, we know
Yeah,
it's fast.
pushing
Free
down because
space.
we're rejecting the zone.
We've rejected this major zone here on 2 occasions. We attempted to push to this major zone again. We failed to do so. We have 4 hours of bears pushing. During the next 4 hours, hello?
Yeah.
During the next 4 hours, bulls tried to come in, push the market up, but
Yeah, they failed.
I'm still here. I'm not only going to push the market back down, I'm also going to break a major zone, and I'm also going to close below it on the 15-minute. So as long as we have our stop loss above our major structure high, and that doesn't get violated, then more often than not, we're going to push to the downside when we don't know, but we are. And if we break above it, I don't care if that's 100 pips or 33 pips or 10 pips. I'm only risking 10%. I'm already up 24% for the week. If I decide to lose this trade, I'll still be up 19% for the week. That's
Yeah.
huge, bro. If that's a 100K account, that's 19 grand.
Okay.
Who's not taking 19 grand? If that was a 10K account, that's £1,100. Who's not taking that in a week and a half? I am.
Yeah. But I'm just saying that it is more conservative if you're waiting for the pullback, like some kind of a retest.
Yeah, but we may have that. But as long as we don't break structure high, then the market's still going to push to the downside.
Okay.
Well, I hope so. if I'm wrong, I'm not wrong because I already made 19% on this sim session doing the exact same thing. So
Yeah, you're right.
this is my last trade anyway. So let's go.
Well, let's see. Okay, profit, the pullback. Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, but Boris, some people's trading plan says you take the breakout straight away. Other traders say you'll take the pullback. But even if you take this breakout and your stop loss is going to be above market structure, we don't give a fuck whether it pulls back all the way here.
Yeah, you're right, though. You're right. Let's see.
It may just do that now.
Yeah.
You see? So if you're taking your stop loss and you're putting your stop loss here,
Like
but
a profit on, yeah.
you're going to get stopped out, okay? So
Yeah.
just make sure you're following structure. And like I said, we may have to wait for it to get there. If it doesn't break structure high, when we take the trade, we're going to push down. We don't know when.
Measure the pips from this candle to this one.
It's not enough yet though.
Yeah, measure the pips. I want to see. Okay, 10 pips, easy. Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, but okay. So you're taking 10 pips, yeah?
Yeah, you're aiming for 33. I see.
I am only aiming for 33 because I'm not gonna just say 10 pip take profit, 10 pip target.
Yeah. Hey, why I can't delete my drawings?
It's okay, don't worry. It's last trade anyway.
I can delete it. Oh my gosh.
It's okay, bro. Don't worry. So, guys, we got stuck in the trade, but I hope this does what I want it to do, just to illustrate something.
Hey, I think you should have closed, man.
No, man, I haven't taken my profit.
Oh, you still ride the wave?
Of course, because our stop loss is above the structure high, right? So until it breaks this structure high,
yeah, the price will pushing down.
If it doesn't break the structure high, then we're still in downward momentum.
Yeah, okay.
Down momentum. Yeah.
There you go.
That's it.
And that's why we trade like that.
Okay.
So, guys, I hope you enjoyed that, man, and took something from it. I think if Kev records it, you can watch it back. Sorry for talking so
much. Swing trade. Yeah, it was actually swing.
Who said that? It's like a swing trade rocks. Swing trade, scout, whatever you want to call it, bro. We risked 5%, and that's all that matters. Our risk to reward ratio was 1-to-1. We risked 5% of our account. We took our profits. But guys, I've showed you for the duration of this, use structure as your guide. Don't hesitantly put. Do you remember when we had that whipsaw and the institutions took people out? Because we had our stop loss below structure, we managed to survive that trade and we pushed up and took our profits, okay? So all I'm illustrating, if you do decide to do the stop loss above the zone, that's cool. But what you need to understand is structure is the most important thing, okay? So go away, study structure, understand it through Kev's videos and that, and read some of the book, and it will really help you out. But guys, all I want to say is every trade we took today, we took 5%. We risked 5%, and we've traded for 9 days, so just less than 2 weeks, and we're up 30%, just trading 5%, so it's possible, okay? And we're trading one pair only. So I hope you can take something away from that, man. But guys, thank you very much for...
Thank you so much, Rox.
I mean, man, you take care, guys.
Helpful.
Yeah, you're welcome. I mean, take care, bro.
All right, take care.
Bye-bye.